What's going on, GP Gaming? This is Ghetto Prophecy with more Total War Attila. I command the Roman expedition, my ally. UnloadingGlaceon, he commands the Eastern Roman Empire. And we're gonna bring law and order and good Roman ways to these filthy barbarians, the Suebi and the Jutes. It's 2 vs 2, obviously. On Oium, there's some low ground to the left, some high ground to the right. Some forests on both sides. This battle was played on large funds. My army, I took the only general available to the Roman expedition, the Bucularii Guard Cavalry. I brought 4 Antisignani, 4 Bucularii Guard Axemen, 4 Funditores, 4 Clibinarii, and 1 Bucularii. My ally, he brought 4 Hetarea guards, 4 Clibinarii, 1 Equites Dalmatae, the Magister Militum, 4 Funditores, and 4 Palatina.
The enemy approaches.
So our opponents, Suebi, he brought 4 Germanic pikes, some Suebi oath takers, some Germanic levy, Germanic crossbows, 3 elite Germanic archers, some Germanic band, some Suebi warriors, some noble Suebi swordmen, and some Suebi champions, along with some Typhali cavalry, some noble Germanic horsemen, and some noble Suebi or royal Suebi cavalry. So right now the Jutes, he's pushing all his light cavalry over here. So the Jutes, he only brought light cavalry. He didn't bring any heavy cavalry, and he brought a bunch of war dogs. So that's probably why they didn't do so well. So right now my ally and myself, we're just moving up, going to get into skirmisher range, going to start pouring fire into these Germanic pikes. The Jutes, he's also sending 3 of his Nordic horse raiders over here. And at first I keep these 3 cavalry units over here to guard against them, but then I realized that those are just crappy Nordic horse raiders. So if I were to try to chase them or keep these guys over here, he's winning because he's keeping my units held down, not doing anything, with cheaper units. So those horse raiders cost way less than my Bucularii and my Clibinarii. I need to use these guys to charge. So that's when I realized if they decide to come, I'll just countercharge them. But right now, I need to make these guys useful. So my ally is chasing down these light cavalry of the Jutes. He's getting a good charge into these Typhali cavalry, but he needs to pull out very quickly. Germanic levy and Suebi champions are coming. Okay, so he does. Pulls out right away. Gets a good charge with this Equites Dalmatae and all these Nordic horse raiders, slowing them down. Our Funditores are taking shots from the elite Germanic archers. So he's sending forward this noble Germanic horseman completely unsupported. So we're just going to shoot it. We're not going to countercharge it, we're just going to shoot this thing to death. Comes some throwing axes. And all the look at all the fire, all those slings, all those stones just coming and wrecking these noble Germanic horsemen. Look at how fast they're dropping. They're already at less than half. So this noble Germanic horseman did almost nothing. It absorbed a lot of missiles, that's for sure. So over here, my ally, he's engaging with his cavalry. Nordic horse raiders come out and take out his Equites Dalmatae. The war dogs are coming out. He's engaged the Suebi noble general, got him down to half health. War dogs engaging onto the cavalry, onto the Clibinarii. And right now my ally is not doing the greatest with his cavalry. She's blobbing it up like this. This unit, he needed to keep out here and charge these guys, because now he's going to get charged in the rear by these Nordic horse raiders. See, what are these dogs doing? They're just running around. See, that's exactly what's going to happen. It's going to... Okay, well, at least he pulled out his general to countercharge. but he just gives him a free charge into the rear of his units right there. So right here, he's bringing in the head array of guards. He's got Palatina locking down these Suebi Oath Takers and these Suebi warriors. Right now, my Funditors are targeting the Germanic pikes. I'm still keeping these cavalry over here guarding against these units, but I need to move these guys up. I need these 3 powerful cav units to be in the fight. So I see my ally, he's having some trouble over here in the cavalry engagement. So I'm sending over the other 3 of my cav units. 3 Clibanarii. I love Clibanarii, they're so good. So I'm sending 3 Clibanarii around the flank. My ally's doing a good job of isolating these units and surrounding them. So here we go. Gonna get a huge charge into the dogs. Not that dogs are important, but they still deal damage. Oh my god. See what's going on? What am I gonna do here? Okay, I'm just gonna surround them. Get another big charge on these dogs. Make them run away. So this blob's pretty much mopped up. What's he gonna countercharge? These head array guards are gonna destroy the Germanic band. My Clibanarii are gonna destroy this Germanic levy. Oh my god. Those charges. See, look at how fast Germanic band's already almost dead. Hasn't even been fighting for like 10 seconds. Now, those Germanic band lasted about 10 seconds and then just got wrecked. So over here, I'm gonna get a big charge in. Okay, he's countercharging with the Royal Suebi Cav. It's pretty good by him, but it doesn't get the best charge. Now his Royal Suebi Cav's just dropping to my double Clibanarii charge.
The men are running.
Here I'm getting a huge charge into the back of his general. So this general, he's gonna die. The Suebi nobles. Yeah, there's no escape for him. Over here, my heavy infantry are moving up to take on the pikes. My Antisignani, they're so tough that they can attack these light pikes like that from the front. Royal Huscarls of the Jutes swinging around, but I'm going to charge into them with my Villkiss Guard Axemen. These are 2 of the best axe units in the game. The best one-handed axe unit. Ooh, that decapitation. I'm going to take on these Royal Huscarls. Got a big infantry blob over here. We're pushing through Royal Huscarls coming into this blob. They would normally do well, but they didn't get the greatest charge because they kind of charged in the back of their own units. And there's just too much. We have head array guards, we have Villkiss Guard Axemen, we have Antisignani. We have all these elite units that these Royal Huscarls are just not going to be able to deal with. The Nordic raid leader is now open and exposed. So hopefully my ally charges into him with his cav. And they have another big blob over here.
Our men have given up and are running for their lives.
So all these Royal Huscarls get charged in the back by head array guards, and that's pretty much it. The enemy's running away. This Nordic raid leader got surrounded, charged by Clibanarii, East Roman Clibanarii, and Roman Expedition Clibanarii, and they're getting shot by slingers. So these Nordic raid leaders are having a bad day right now. Ooh, big charge into the Royal Huscarls.
Our men have rallied.
Getting wrecked.
The tide of battle turns in our favor.
So he had these 3 cav units over here. It looks like he forgot about them. Maybe he did, maybe he didn't. Either way, they did nothing the whole game, so was not an effective use of those horse raiders. So I'm just gonna triple speed it for now. The battle's basically over. He just has these 3 units that he's trying to avoid getting caught. Now luckily that first unit got into range of my slingers, so my slingers got off a volley and slowed them down. So here we go, this is the last fight. Bunch of Nordic horse raiders versus Clibanarii, Villkiss Guard Cavalry. And that's game. Wow, I lost very few units. My ally, he did take the brunt of the enemy's fighting spirit. My ally was the one who pushed forward with his cavalry against the enemy cavalry, and he was the first one to engage his missiles and his infantry against the enemy infantry. Holy cow, 150 kills on the Funditorias. That is insane. I think that's the most kills I've ever gotten in a multiplayer battle with a single slinger unit. That's crazy, dude. 150 kills. Clibanarii, almost 200 kills, almost 200. 130 almost kills. Antisignani doing a great job. Even though they got charged by Royal Huscarls and they're charging on at the front of pikes. Over 100 kills, over 100 kills. Bucalarii Guard Axemen doing great. Especially because they're fighting mainly Royal Huscarls. So I would have expected them to do a lot worse. But they managed to do pretty well. As for my ally, as always, Heterea Guards, doing the damage, putting in the work. Clibanarii doing the damage, 123 kills. See the Suebi general, the Suebi player. Elite Germanic Archers getting a lot of kills. Same with the Germanic Crossbowmen. Ooh, these Noble Suebi Swordmen, almost 200 kills. They must have been fighting in a big blob. The Cav not really doing too much. The Jutes. So hey, look at this. These Nordic Horse Raiders did barely anything. The Warhounds did pretty much nothing. The infantry did okay for what it was fighting. But the Royal Huscarls were just not as effective as they needed to be to win the game. Please comment on my video and thanks for watching.